What it do? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Man Talk Ministries. We have a special guest tonight, the Queen of North Nashville, Miss Shaunese Gleaves in the building. Y'all give it up for my girl, Shaunese, man. Y'all give it up for my girl, man. She in the building. Shaunese, welcome. Thank you. I'm so honored to have you on Man Talk Ministry tonight. So if you don't mind, you already know my prayers in. I'm gonna get you the prayers out.
Okay.
Ready? Father God, we come to you tonight to say thank you. Thank you for another opportunity to have someone to come on to be vulnerable enough to tell their testimony. Father God, we pray that you don't allow anything to come out of my mouth or Miss Shaunese's mouth that's not of you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, Miss Gleaves, we about to get it in. Please introduce yourself to the Man Talk Ministry family.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm Shaunese Gleaves. I am the founder, director of Evolving Excellence. I am a community outreach coordinator. And I just work in the community trying to help my people and the youth.
She said she work in the community, y'all. But I got someone on her said she is the queen of North Nashville. So we about to get it in. Miss, what's this, Clemmy?
Oh, Miss Clemmy, yeah.
We do Miss Clemmy. We got Miss Clemmy in the building tonight. She said she's the North Nashville queen.
Miss Clemmy is the queen. I'm just learning. She taught me everything I know. I learned from her. So I'm to help her on here watching.
That's what's up. Well, for the people who are just tuning in, has never tuned in to Man Talk Ministry, Man Talk Ministry is the platform for women, men, or children to come on and talk about the things they went through and how God brought them through it. So with that being said, we about to get in Shaunese's business, y'all. Oh. We're gonna take it all the way back. We're gonna take it all the way back to your childhood, how you grew up, how you was raised, and how has your life been and how God brought you through it. We're gonna talk about your church home. I know you have a lot of respect for a lot of pastors around the city of Nashville. So we're gonna go there. But yeah, it's yours. It's your platform tonight. I'm just here to listen. I'm here to talk it out with you. So here we go. Talk to us. Let's go.
Okay, well, for those who don't know, most people know I was born and raised in Dodge City, North Side.
North.
So, grew up over there. I had a pretty good childhood. Some people can say I was spoiled a little bit. I might still be a little bit spoiled now. I don't know. But I had some good parents. My mama, shout out, she's on her average. My daddy, may he rest in peace. Grandmama, auntie, life was good. Till I got about 10, till I got 10, not about 10, till 10, I was 10.
10 years old.
10 years old. I stayed the night away from home one of my first times being able to spend a night somewhere. And unfortunately I was raped.
Mm-hmm.
I was at an aunt's house. Me and my little brother stayed up, we was excited. We never got to go nowhere. Everybody used to come over our house all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know why my mama, why everybody was so overprotective. I'm like, we want to go. So we was excited. We was getting out the house for the weekend, my auntie house. And and so I had a brother that was like a year. We was like a year apart, but I think it's more like some months apart, really.
Uh-huh.
But may he rest in peace as well. But yeah, he had to leave. We went over there on a Friday. He had to leave because he was on a lot of medication. He had a kidney failure disease.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had to leave because he was on medication, but I wanted to stay. Like, I don't get to go nowhere. So I wanted to stay. I was able to stay. And late on that night, I was assaulted. And so it kind of changed the course of my childhood a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so that happened when I was 10, when I was 11. A year later, still going through the court process and still going through all of that. So, of course, we knew who it was.
Okay.
uh, knew who the person was, but before my daddy could get there, before the police and my daddy got there, he had ran off. He was gone, so of course my daddy couldn't get him or whatever, and he was in hiding. So um, after I don't even think it was like it wasn't too much longer. He got caught. To my understanding, he got caught because either my daddy or somebody, my daddy had like the whole city looking for this man. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I was looking for this man, so he got caught because whoever saw him shot at him. I can't remember if he got shot or not, but I know he was hurt, so he fell, hurt himself, and he had to go to the hospital. So that's how they caught him. And
Okay.
so we were, going through the court process, having to go back and forth to talk about and tell the detectives and the lawyers the story over and over again. Going through that at 11, my little brother died. He was 10, I was 11.
The one that you was like 1 year apart, right?
Yes,
Okay.
the area. See, he had passed away. I don't let me see. Yeah, it wasn't even a whole year. So when I got assaulted, it was in May. So by the time the next April came around, he had passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So um, it was just crazy because for one, for years, a lot of people don't know this, but for years and years, I thought it was my fault that my brother died. So I'm going through the court process trying to get this over with. Still not understanding. I'm 10 years old, 11 years old, not understanding what happened or why it happened. But I got to keep telling the story over and over to these
Mm-hmm.
people. Got to get ready for court. And then one day after church, you got to understand, I was a good little girl. Never got in trouble. Um, or yelled at and all of that. So for me to get in trouble was very traumatic for me. So
Yeah.
one day after church, me and my little brother, we was just having one of those brothers and sisters fight. And I guess we just got on my mama's nerves. So she got up and she instead of popping him, she popped me.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you remember that. But that was so I was so Trump like what? What am I getting here for? Because he messing with me. Like we fought
Yeah.
all the time. But I don't get in trouble. So for me to get in trouble was like, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm so dramatic. I'm all upset. Ooh, and I remember I was like, ooh, I just hate him. I can't stand him. I just wish he died.
Mm.
That was on a Sunday. That Wednesday he was gone.
Mm. Mm.
So I thought it was my fault.
Yeah.
Um, so of course, as you get older, you know that there wasn't. I didn't have anything to do with it. This was just things that transpired with him being sick and stuff. But of course, when you say something like that and then it happens,
It's traumatized.
yeah. So how can I tell my mom? How can I tell my daddy like it's my fault? Like I really for years. It took a long time for me to not think that was not my fault.
Mm. Mm.
And so you're dealing with I'm 11 going on 12. I got parents that's kind of like not as a parent I can understand. Back then I didn't understand. They done this don't happen to their daughter on this end. Then they done lost a child. I can't imagine losing a child. So back then I'm not for a little while I wasn't getting a whole lot of attention, as you can say.
Mm-hmm.
I was taken care of, but I mean I was in the house with my grandmama and people was in the house or whatever, but my mom and my daddy, they was kind of like they wasn't out there, but they was. I understand now they was grieving, like they was doing their own thing, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But as a little girl, I'm like, where's my mom? Where's my dad? Like, where? I'm not understanding where these people at. So,
Got
and I'm not saying they were gone anywhere, they were around, but it was like I felt like a disconnect.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I feel you because I know once I can remember when I was like 12, 13, 14 years old. Uh my mom was there, but she was just like she was in and out the house. Um and I stayed in the house. We was living in the projects at the time. I stayed in the house and I was always made to watch my siblings. My dad was never there, but my mom was always in and out. Like my mom, not to try to demean her character, I'm just stating facts. She would go out to clubs. She liked the club lifestyle, and she would always go out. So my mom was there, but wasn't there because
Yeah.
she was always in and out. So my mom was in the streets.
Yeah. Well, see, my mom, she just worked a lot. She worked a lot. I had by that time. I mean, I had younger siblings. She had 4 kids and all. So we had the little sibling, but of course, I felt like they was getting more attention. But of course, they younger. They babies. So, but of course, at 11, 12 years old, you don't understand that. You just kind of like, what about me? And so, it took me a long time to just kind of understand and process all of that. She ended up getting with. And I'm not trying to make her look bad, so Mama, don't be in your feelings.
Mama,
She
don't do her like that, mom.
she got cause she'll be like but now she got this guy and I never liked the stepdaddies. I never liked her having boyfriends. No way, cause
Yeah,
I had a dad. Like I didn't care nothing about nobody she was with. So she got this guy, and I mean, hate is a strong word, but I don't hate him now. But back then, I hated his guts.
gotcha.
Like, don't speak to me, don't say nothing to me, cause if you do, I'm gonna I'm gonna tell my daddy. So every chance I got, I would tell my daddy.
Ah! Now, Shaunese, you weren't going on telling no fibs on this man, was
I mean, I might have. No, they wouldn't. I might have
you?
exactly like he told me to do something, but I mean, you a child. Somebody tell you do something, you do it. But you don't tell me what to do. I got a daddy.
Gotcha,
That's
gotcha.
how I was. I had a daddy. Like don't take what. So I couldn't stand him. And so one day she came home. She was with him for a while, and like my family was always been close. So we was in this house where it was her kids, and my grandmother at the time. And my grandma was still working and stuff, so she worked a lot, but she was around, but she was working a lot too. And one day my mom just came home and she took my brothers and sisters. They moved out to go live with that man.
Uh huh.
And I was like, "You gonna leave me for him? Like, you not gonna leave?" Because she knew I wasn't going nowhere. Like, you don't like it, so you can stay with your grandma. She didn't say that, but that's how I'm saying. Like, you can stay here with your grandmama, or your dad is up the street, like whatever you want to do. But I wasn't gonna go live with this man. No, I wasn't gonna live with no man. And so, back then, at 11, 12 years old, you kind of like, damn, she gonna leave me for this? She gonna leave me for him? And so they had left. They had their little apartment. It was just up the street, but
Now,
still,
was they married or they were just dating?
they weren't married. They was just dating. Some honey, somebody she was with because she was going through. I understand now. She was going through what she was going through,
Yeah.
but back then I didn't know. So I was like, okay, what about me? But she got past that and leaving them alone, and we kind of started over. We moved, kind of had like a new start a little bit, and coming into my becoming a teenager, coming around new people, and all of this, still dealing with this court stuff, still grieving over my brother. 'Cause my brother was my best friend, so I'm still grieving. He's gone, but I'm still feeling bad because I still think it's my fault.
So, so at this point, when you say you was going through, I'm sitting, I'm listening to him, like, oh my god, you got raped at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother, y'all got into it. You said some things you really didn't mean. He ended up transitioning.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also did not get along with your mama's boyfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
The entire process, you was still going in and out of court. Not even 13 years old yet. You still going in and out of court. Man, oh my God. That man, that's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Let's get there. Yeah.
Well, when you have all that, going on and all this and that, you just start finding ways to to deal with it, to
Yeah.
mask it, to fill the void, whatever it is. You just kind of find ways, and so I think I was about 14. Well, 14 when I had my first drink,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a big Sonic cup full of E&J. We called it Earth back in the day. That was my first drink. And so, I just started drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Not just a whole lot where, it was noticeable, but like when I could get by myself, when I could get with um some my like I had we lived there, we had my cousins and stuff lived over there too.
Mm-hmm.
So while my mama was thinking I'm just going over here over my cousin's house just hanging out. Yeah, I'm out here hanging out, but I'm over here. It's boys over here and it's liquor over here. I never really got into the smoking stuff. Everybody else was doing it. But you get the attention from the boys. You can drink, you can do what you want to do. We grown. Like we can do
Turn it
I'm
up.
grown over here.
You
Turn
turn it up.
when I tell you, y'all talking about I was turn up. Like turn up was not even the word. Like, yeah. And so that's what I would do, especially on the weekends, because she's like, "Oh, you just going to stay over such and such house?" Yeah. And we got our bottles, and we
So you
ready.
would just tell your mom, hey, I'm going over here at Jennifer house or Shannon house, and mom said, okay. And
Yeah.
as soon you go to a friend house, you pop an jerk.
Yes. Because it was my cousin, so it was somebody that was trusted because we was close. It was a close
Yeah.
cousin that I grew up with and was in the house. And I mean, she would never really just let nothing happen to me, but she allowed us to hang out. This was with my cousins, because still my cousin, my best friend, they still came on my house like every weekend.
Now
They would come on my house so they know we finna turn up.
what Felicia was at doing all this?
I didn't know Felicia yet.
Okay.
Felicia wasn't a part of this yet. Felicia.
You know, that's my homie. Felicia, my homie, man. Who was? I'm like, what Felicia doing?
But Felicia she's always been the good girl in a sense. She never was big on drink. She always felt like she had to watch me.
Yeah, indeed.
So uh, I met Felicia. I met Felicia when I was 12.
Okay.
Her mom and my dad had started going together, and I met her when I was 12. And we didn't get close real too soon because I was a little sensational too.
Mm-hmm.
They, like whatever, like who are you? And so my daddy with these other kids and stuff. What is going on? Like I'm his. I'm the oldest of 8 kids.
Okay. I know you said your dad had 8 kids.
Yes.
And you was the oldest?
The oldest.
So you didn't meet Felicia until you was 12.
Right.
And that dad a child too.
Not biologically.
Okay. But he claimed.
Yeah, so that's the way our family set up. Like biologically I'm the oldest child.
Okay.
But the other children that he took in as his own, like Felicia and her brother, they're older than me. I think Troy just turned 40 today. Happy birthday to him. So he's like the big brother, but it's still the respect that we know this is Parish's oldest child. Like it's crazy, but we get it.
You get it. As long as you get it, you got it.
We all get it. We know the dynamics. Like I know this is my big sister, this is my big brother. But at the end of the day, they know like when it comes to like I'm the oldest as far as technically, but yeah.
Gotcha.
So I didn't meet her till I was 12, and me and Felicia just really started hanging out. Or me and Coos, I was like about 15ish, 14, 15, somewhere in there. We had met. We was going to school together. It took a minute for us just to really get to know each other. So we started hanging out. So on the weekends, like my friends and stuff that come on my house, me and Felicia would go over to my daddy's house.
Gotcha.
So we'll go to my daddy's house so I can be with her mama. So on the weekends, we'll be hanging out with her mama. And we'll go to this other little area where we used to shake life and turn up as well.
You turning up. You still turning up.
Turn up.
Pray for her, man. She's still turning up out there.
But it's not how. See, y'all better be glad. See, if I had me a little glass of wine or whatever now, it's a whole lot better than what I was doing.
So at this point, you was turning up in Dodge City.
No, this one we had moved from Dodge City.
You moved from Dodge City. So you was already rough. Cause see, a lot of, for the listeners that don't know, woo, y'all, Dodge City ain't nothing to play with, man. I'm gonna just keep it real. Dodge City is off the chain. If you don't know nobody over there, don't go over there.
Don't go over there now.
You not go over there, man. I was blessed to go over there during Christmas time. Y'all listen. I didn't went around, caution these up. I had a few more other men out there, 200 man stand.
Yes.
I'm calling these y'all. I'm going around in circles. Lord, I looking around. Lord, what Shaunese got me at, y'all? I finally rolled up on her. It was just like, man. But it was good. But man, if I ain't no Shaunese dog, they wasn't gonna let me in there.
No. So yeah, I had moved from over there. So I was turning up in Trinity Hills and Westchester. Those was my areas.
Uh-oh.
I was in Westchester and Trinity Hills.
Okay.
But the flip side on that, see, I was still quiet like I am today. I'm very quiet. I'm just naturally quiet unless I know you, unless I'm around you. Like I really don't fool with people, and so I was always just quiet. So you didn't know what I was doing or what I had going on. So just to fast forward some stuff, because we can be on here all night. So fast forward, I'm drinking, I'm shaking life.
When you say shaking life, what you mean by that?
Shaking. Well, I guess drinking, hanging out.
But you wasn't smoking no marijuana at this time.
I wasn't smoking. I don't never smoke.
Okay, you just drinking.
Drinking.
I'm hanging
on we out on wherever we outside all night with the guys.
Now I'm gonna ask you a question.
How
bad did the drinking get, and how many people you wanted to jump on when you got drunk? I won't get her back for you, Mom.
The drinking got when I got to the point where I was drinking till I blacked out. And I would wake up and I know how I got home, or not remember anything that happened the night before, or none of that. That's when it was came too much. So the pivotal moment, like because by this time I had drug Shaun. I had drug Shaun at 17. I got pregnant at 17.
That was your first child at 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got pregnant with him at 17. So I graduated high school and all of that. And so even there, I remember when I got pregnant, it was such a shock because nobody would have thought I was doing anything. And so I was laying on the bed because I had got really sick. And I was just laying there, and the nurse came in and she was like, "You see that lady?" And she was talking about my mom. I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "That's gonna be your best friend." And this day 4, and I was like, "Okay, 17." I'm like, "Okay, I'm sick. Help me feel better." And yeah, she was right about that. That's my girl. And so but I had Drake Shine, then graduated high school and all that. So now I'm at an age, because we were having house parties. Like when Felicia was you talking about some house parties? We had some house parties back in the day, so we would be turned up, shaking life. And so by this time, I'm going to clubs. I'm going out.
Okay.
Grams after hours faded. Like I'm out too. And guess what? All this, I'm still in church. Praise God, I'm still going to church.
You go to church and turn up with the irking jerk at the club.
I had to go to church. I used to have this thing, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I used to have this thing like I knew like that Friday night or Saturday night I would be so told if God allowed me to make it home and allow me to get back in one piece, and I had to go to church. I done been to church so many times, hung over. It's ridiculous.
So you one of them folk that, you one of them folk that were trying to pimp God, wasn't?
I wasn't trying to pimp God.
You were partying Friday and Saturday. You said, "Lord, if you just let me make it home, Lord, I swear I go to church on Sunday."
But I did go to church.
You go.
I would get up and go to church and be like, ooh.
Did you ever go to church smelling like alcohol? You know, when you sitting around with folks, you can smell it coming out your pores.
My mama never said nothing. I would think if I did, my mama would have said something. She never said anything.
If you was on some irk and jerk, and you went to church on Sunday, I guarantee you was in a sweat. You was sweating more than the pastor sweat.
Yeah, one time it was really bad. It was really bad. Me and my best friend was just in there, just like, oh my gosh. It was crazy. I don't even think I had went to sleep because I was going to after hours and everything.
Who was the pastor? If you don't mind me asking, who was the pastor? And where you go to church at that time when you were turning up out there? yeah, you got to tell it, man. You got to tell it.
I was young. I was young, but I was going to Greater Grace at the time. It's not a church anymore.
Who was the pastor?
Pastor Mitchell was my pastor.
Pastor Mitchell. Okay, shout out Pastor Mitchell.
Yeah, so I would be convicted, and I had to get myself together and all that. And even back then, I had I knew I had to work with the youth. I wanted to serve, but I had to get me together because I knew a lot of the reasons why I was just out here wilding out is because I didn't have like somebody to come and be, tug on my shirt and be like, hey, you don't have to do that, or you shouldn't be doing that. And it's, if you can talk to me if you need to talk to somebody. Like
it wasn't no big brother, big sister programs where you can have that person to go to where they can kind of steer you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Figure it out on your own and get tired. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. And so that's why I started I was working in the church and everything at this time. Lord forgive me, but I was come and do what I need to do. But on the when I had time, I was still turning up because I was still dealing with stuff. But I had to get it together. And so
I don't want people to think, how can I say this? I don't want people to hear this and say, oh man, she was just dragging, just turning. No. She was dealing with something at a younger age, the loss of her brother, traumatized off everything was going on, and it was just build up.
Yeah.
She never got the proper healing and counseling from that. So what she did, she turned to the bottle, thinking that she drank enough that it'll go away. And then what happens the next day, you wake up, you what you're doing, you're intoxicated still. You got a hangover. It went away for a little while. That weekend come back around, you want to do it all over again. I've been there.
Yeah.
You can't drink your demons away, man.
And you are right about that.
Come on, man. This is good. This is good right here. Come on. This is good.
Well, I got my turning point. I got about 21. Right before I got with my second son's dad. And then to add into that, by that time I done had a baby, so you got the baby daddy drama, you got the all this extra stuff now because I'm trying to be a mama, and then I'm still so-called in love, but he playing, it's so much still just building. So the turning point for me is one night, me and my two best friends at the time, I was in college, so I had got one of my little college checks. Check.
Was it a refund check?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we went crazy on those refund checks.
This night, and so we had the whole night planned because none of us, I was the only one who couldn't drive no way, but then none of us have like our own car.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had planned, I said, okay, what we going to do so we don't have to worry about who's driving, we don't have to worry about who car we use. I'm going to get us a hotel room downtown. Because we right down the street from Graham's, was down the street. There's another club downtown. At the time too, I said we're just gonna be in a room. I'm gonna get us a room. We was at the Marriott downtown. Had all the food bottles turned up.
Hey, you know what we call that back home now? When you get a refund check like that, and you in college, or you in any type of schooling, man, we call it hood rich. Man, we be buying bottles.
Yeah,
Hotel room, man. We hood rich, y'all.
yes. And we was hood rich that weekend. But it was that I think it was after that weekend because I realized what I could have happened that didn't happen. I'm so thankful because we had got so drunk, the three of us were so drunk. And we was walking back and forth. We were walking back and forth from the hotel to the club. I don't know why, but we're just going back and forth. We're just walking around downtown. And I remember it was one we all ended up leaving the hotel. I mean, we left the club at different times by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
All of us going back to the room. I don't know if anybody went back or followed us. I don't know, but I know we didn't leave together. You know how the pack is when you go out, y'all stay together, you come together, leave together. We were just so all over the place. We didn't all that was out the window. I know we kept walking back, and I just remember I walked to that room back by myself, and we was all tore up, and got up trying to remember what happened. And one day I was just sitting there, and I was like, and it's crazy because all of us had been through some kind of sexual abuse. We had all kind of been through different little things. We had a lot in common. We just all had, but it was all in different kind of ways. Like it was just a lot that had happened with all of us. And I was like, I just wonder how our life would have been if we had somebody to just take time out for us.
Yeah.
If somebody would just took time out to just sit down and talk to us, point into us, love on us.
Yeah.
I was like, I just wanted to know. And me and Felicia, by this time, me and Felicia, again, Felicia wasn't on that. Felicia wasn't that. She didn't turn up like us. No, Felicia wasn't invited to turn up.
So she was the good girl. You was the bad girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. The quiet. Look here, you always have to watch the quiet. If they quiet, bro, you better watch them. Watch them, cause they sneaky. They up to something.
Well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I just wonder how our life would have been if we did that. So I said, I'm gonna have to become what I needed.
That's it. Yeah.
Because
here we go.
Before it's too many girls coming up. I have too many little cousins in my family. I have too many people around. Before I let anybody go down the path that I went down, I got to step in. I have to give them what I didn't have. And I had had my mama, had my dad, and went through the little stuff I went through. And let me get back to that. Once they did, and regardless of what they was going through, I wasn't just like broke, busted, and disgusted. They still took care of me, but they was going through what they was going through. But once once we moved and got a little fresh start, and he got with Felicia's mom, and my mama got away from that crazy dude, and all this life was good. We was making a good place. I love my stepmama. My mama and her got along. If I got an attitude, my mama would call her, come get her. Like I didn't want to make my stepmama mad. Yeah. So life was good. Life hadn't gotten good, and so didn't want for nothing. We always had whatever we wanted. And all that good stuff. Me and Felicia, well, her mom will take us shopping with me. Felicia go to school. We got the matching shoes and outfits, and we'll just. Life was good. Life had got in a good place, but I was still dealing with the things I was dealing with. So that's what I was doing to cope with the stuff. So fast forward, I'm about 22, 21, 22, when I realized I needed to do something for girls.
Yeah. Come on, let's talk about it.
And so with that, I started within the church. I started work because I started doing the work in the church. I had a lot of girls in the church, a lot of them. And boys, the youth, the teenagers, they looked up to me. They respected me for whatever reason. And I became just like a big sister, I guess you can say. Like, I can just remember after Bible study conversation I would have with girls. I'm one of the ones, I know one girl in particular, I was the first person she So she thought she was pregnant. She didn't want to tell her mama. I had to tell her mom. Like I became that for
Yeah.
girls because they needed that, and um, I needed that. My
Yeah.
best friend needed that, so I had to become that, and that's where the my passion come with Jewel.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Oh, yeah.
And so now we get into so now here comes
They're not
Jewel.
hearing you. They're not hearing you. You started when you finally settled down.
Uh-huh.
Life was good. 22 years old. You start to mentor other young ladies and young men.
Yeah.
Get affiliated with a few churches. Now I'm gonna ask you something. You know, more women don't like. How old are you now, Miss Shaunese?
I am 36.
She 36. 22, 36. That's 14 years in the game, y'all. 14 years in the game. This is a young lady that she went to the clubs. She had irking jerk. She partied. She turned up. Y'all are not listening what this young lady is going through. She started out at 10. We already up to 22. Look how God worked in her life. Come on, let's talk about it. Come on. Ooh, man, I love this. I love this, y'all. Man, because God, man, boy.
Yeah. So that's where it all started. And so I was doing stuff with the girls. And I remember talking to my first lady, may she rest in peace, Lakeisha Mitchell. That's who I do my breast cancer event for in honor of her. She gave me the name Jewel. Nobody knows. A lot of people don't know that. So I remember talking to her about what I wanted to do, but what could be the name. And she was like, well, young ladies need to know that they're jewels. They're
Mm-hmm.
precious jewels, and they need to understand that. And when I took it and I ran with it, and that's where Jules, the name Jules came from my first lady,
Mm. And who was your pastor at that time?
Mitchell, Pastor Mitchell.
Pastor
It
Mitchell.
was his
Okay.
wife, his first
I
wife.
know you well connected around the city of Nashville. We talking about Bishop Campbell,
Yes,
Pastor Stevenson. You got some heavy hitters, and these brothers here, man. When I had the opportunity to talk to Bishop Campbell, and 3 weeks ago he did a live, and that brother right there, man, has a
yeah,
testimony. And here recently, I've been going over the friendship and the love that I got on that friendship, and how real and authentic Pastor Stevenson is.
yes, he is.
That pastor is real, bro.
Yes, I love
Man, you ain't finna come to Pastor Stevenson with no mess, cause he
you.
been there. He come from the mud, bro.
Yeah,
Mud. I'm honored, man. I'm honored to be in his presence.
yeah,
Yeah, we got to go there, man. We gonna have to go there. We gonna get back to them young men right there, cause man, I've watched them. I've been in Nashville since 2014. Started out going to Mount Zion. Bishop
uh-huh.
phenomenal pastor, phenomenal. Couldn't get to him, and man, Campbell and Stevenson, them brothers, they're authentic, bro. They real. They real. They can meet you on whatever level you on. Bro, I don't care if you've been to prison,
Yeah.
felonies, selling dope, robbing, stealing, killing. Bishop Campbell and Frank Stevenson, bro.
But how are you missing one? I got to cut you off because you missing.
Okay, give it to me then. Talk to me.
Because we ain't gonna talk about other pastors if we don't put my second daddy in the lineup.
I already
Because
know.
he stand 10 toes down like that. He's the real as they come.
Talk to me then.
But we're not gonna bring up other pastors. We don't bring up Pastor Samuel. Or that's my other daddy. And we gonna
I
always
knew you were gonna do it. I knew you were gonna
we
say
gonna
it.
give honor what honors due.
Say
We
so.
don't do that.
Pastor Orr is a real OG, y'all. OG.
Yes.
Talk, man. Real
Yes.
talk.
So people don't understand the relationships I have with these people. So of course, you get accused of sleeping with the pastors and preachers because you have relationships with them. But
So you gotta wait. I gotta stop you real. You got accused of sleeping with the pastors.
Yes.
Man, it's funny how we get attacked.
I'm always I'm always thinking was a preacher or pastor. I ain't doing now no preacher out here.
Man, they need to stop. Folks need to stop. They need to stop.
But because they don't understand the relationship, like these people is just genuine love and support and respect. And I guess because when you don't get it, or because some people do have to like sleep their way to the top or sleep their way to get to where they go, or getting the support. I've never had to do that, and I'm blessed to say that I never had to do that. I've always just been Shaunese,
Yeah.
and you don't understand. Like I know Pastor Stevenson way before he was even preaching.
Who? What?
I knew we went to the same church. He was the sound man at Greater Grace.
The sound man. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he was one of the people. Like I just remember, like he was around when I had Dre Shine. He was 17. I, I was 17, but I've been on Pastor Stephen about 15, and he was the sound man over there at Greater Grace. And like I'm 36 now, that's a lot of years to know somebody.
Yeah.
So of course he's my children, God's father. He's my,
Right.
he's like another father to me as well. So, but people, are ignorant. And I met Bishop when I got out here. When I started working and when I got my jewels going, I met a lady, Miss Clemmy Greenlee.
Yeah.
She was on here, and her brother Lonnie Greenlee. They opened their building to me to do stuff for my girls and had my first fundraiser down there at their building on Lishy. We go way back. And so when I met her and meeting her, it opened the door for me to meet Pastor Orr.
Mm-hmm.
And then and meeting Pastor Orr, I met Bishop Campbell.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's just, and from then on, this is about 13 years of just love and relationship building and supporting and them just being there for me.
Mm-hmm.
With nothing else attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate and I love them for that because I wouldn't be who I am or where I'm at. And it's hard to meet people who accept you for you.
Oh, yes.
And still deal with you because now if anybody knows me, now Pastor Orr knows me, Pastor Orr, I have a nickname that only family and Pastor Orr know, and like we could be somewhere and he could look at me and be like, okay, there goes Sugar. Sugar don't like that idea. Sugar don't like this, so we gonna Sugar don't like that, or if he knows me, but it's never been a time. I just appreciate people who just know you and can love and accept you for you without you having to put up a front or act like you're something. I've always just been me, and because these people love and accept me, I'm gonna rock with them 10 toes down.
Yeah, and that's so important when you've been through some stuff in your childhood and it's traumatizing, and you're going through a healing process. Man, it's so important to have a pastor that can get to your level. I'm not talking about one of them pastors that's gonna come to you and want to talk about what God would do. Because when you from the streets, man, you don't want to hear nothing but what God do. God ain't in the street.
Yeah.
You gonna need some pastors, man, who been there, who done cussed, who done drunk, who done smoked weed and fallen and acted a plum fool.
Yeah.
Talk to you, and they understand. So, man, shout out to all three of them pastors, man, Campbell, Stevenson, or man. I'm just not now learning about them brothers. And man, them brothers there, bro. That's the real deal. Yeah. Real deal, man. And that's what we need to get to in 2022, because there's a lot of brothers out there that's gang banging, in and out of jail, selling dope. Man, we don't want no people coming up to us, man, to talk about God all the time. No, what have you been through?
Right.
Once we find out that the pastor been through something, and the pastor can understand, man, that I had to be out there selling dope or shooting dice and acting a fool.
Yeah.
I can go to him and talk to him. Build a relationship. Because if he found God and God helped him, God will help me. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't time. 2022, man. we're gonna get away from manipulating pastors. We need real pastors, bro. I ain't talking about the politician pastor. I'm talking about coming out the mud pastors.
Yeah.
It's got a pass. Who done some things and now I'm walking that straight line. And we can see it because we know the old them. Back in the day, we know pastors X, Y, and Z slapped him. But now he gonna love him.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, shout out to man. I thank God for him. I really do. Thank God for them brothers. So we gonna get on in. I'm finna touch some stuff now. You ready to start crying?
Oh God. Okay.
Shaunese was very close to her father, y'all. And I met Miss Shaunese. I had my first annual bike giveaway in December. And she came out there. She blessed me. She helped me out. We became close. And she invited me to her toy giveaway. In honor of her father. Talk to us about what it means to you to carry on that legacy of your father and how close you and your father was and what you're doing now. Because now we didn't got the sexual assault out of the way. We didn't got the brother, that you went over that hurdle. You had your kids. You're a real community activist out here, giving back to the communities. Let's talk about that. Talk about how close you were with your father. I got some tissue over here. I'm gonna cry with you. I'm ready for you. I'm gonna cry with you. Let's go.
So I didn't realize I was an extra daddy's girl.
Yeah.
I guess until everybody was like, "You got to be kidding me," and I'm like, "What?" They was like, "All you talk about is your daddy."
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on this like, "All you talk about is your daddy, this your daddy." And I'm like, "Really?" Even my mom was like, yeah, it's always your daddy." And I was like, because I know me and my mom are close. And my mom was real close. So I never just really consider myself a daddy's girl. But I guess I never just thought about it. And so, we was a lot alike. So, bump heads, but not bump heads in like a disrespectful way because it would be one of the things. He'll just give me a look. If I got beside myself, he'll give me a look. And I knew what that look means. Just let me just chill out.
How you better sit your head down.
Yeah. So all of my love, daddy. And for the first time, I was 29 when I had another life kind of flipped over for me. My dad had to go to jail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I lost it. Like I was like, how am I gonna live without my dad? Like he was in jail, but still it was like a really big. I took it so hard.
Now, if you remember asking, and then we can touch on the night. What's your daddy going to jail for?
Had something to do with some drugs, but they couldn't find them. But it was about some guns, and he ain't supposed to have guns.
Yeah. And I've been in something like that similar. I used to sell dope. Went to jail for it. Never forget, I was crossing the state line from Jackson, Tennessee to Mississippi, and how they caught me. I had a beer in my hand, and I stopped at the light. Well, there was a police officer next to me, and I popped the beer, turned it up, made a left turn, and I never forget. I want to say it was back in 2008. The Boston Celtics was facing the LA Lakers for the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I made that left turn. The police pulled me over, and I had all that marijuana in my trunk, pounds of marijuana, and they charged me for crossing state lines. So yeah, I'm familiar with that about selling drugs. And most guys who has been convicted of a felony, you cannot possess or carry a gun because you're convicted.
Right. See the thing. What makes it so devastating is he was at home minding his business. He had just got back from out of town. Like before that, his mom passed in that November of 2014. and he had like stopped his life to take care of her because she had gotten sick. So he had
Hmm.
been her, taking care of her.
Yeah.
So his life was kind of on hold. So after she done passed, he done kind of got through that. And you got to mind, years my dad had a lot of health issues. He done had brain surgery. They done went in his heart. Like he done had he done had aneurysms and just a lot of different stuff going on, strokes and all that. And so just after that, taking care of his mama, like he kept to a point where he went out of town, and it was I went to stay. I stayed at his house for the week he was gone.
Hmm.
It was in April of 2015. I stayed at his house to watch his house. He came back, so whatever he was doing or not doing or whatever, he just got back from out of town. He didn't have nothing. And then I'm staying in the house, so he didn't have nothing for me to get a hold of. I got kids. My kids was there with me. So, he knew it wasn't nothing. And so he come back, and I never forget because I pulled back over there the next day because I had left something from us being there all week.
Yeah.
I pulled up. I had one child in the car. I had just picked up one. I had to pick up the other one. I pulled up the line. It was police all down his street.
Mm.
My heart dropped. So I almost went to jail because I done jumped out the car. Where's my daddy? What's going on? What is this? What
Gangsta
is
fool with it. You gangsta fool with it. What my daddy
this? My daddy. And when I got to the porch, they had him. He was in the Minnesota. They had him in handcuffs. But I got my little baby sister. She was like 2 or 3 at the time. She was sitting right there, and I'm like, "What's going on?" They was like, "Man, you got to get back and move." And I'm like, And he was like, "Shaunese, just go to the car." Something he said, and I was so devastated, and so I picked up. I went in. I think I sent somebody to get my child. I don't know because anything when it came to my dad and from him getting what it was, so it was about my dad. Everything was on pause. I didn't care.
You
If
rolling?
he,
You rolling with daddy?
yeah, if he got sick, I'm dropping what I'm doing. I gotta get to the hospital, whatever. So I'm out there all night on a call, all the family. Everybody's out there. They take them to jail, and my life was. I was like, what in the world? Like what? I've never been without my dad in 29 years, and I remember him going to. I think I remember him being in jail when I was a little girl. We went to see him, and I'm sure that was jail, but I don't remember. But I don't ever recall not being around my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So I was devastated, and so whole life changed. I ended up moving into his house to keep his house to help keep everything that he had. I'm so caught up in helping him. I couldn't keep my own place. I let my stuff go. Like it was just a whole lot, and so um, just in there, just trying to help him keep everything going, trying to still be a mama,
Yeah.
still be because I still got my mom. I got to make sure she's straight and all of this. I'm still got to be the big sister for
Mm-hmm.
everybody. I still, just still trying to do all this, but I'm going
Going through.
crazy. Everybody's acting crazy, but I think it was to help me be prepared for when he was gonna actually leave, so I kind of know how things was gonna be, and so he was in there till 29. I remember turning 30, 31. The twins was for before, so he had came home June. I got pregnant
Mm-hmm.
while he was in there, and I had them in 2017. So by the time he done went to court and all of this and all of that, I done got pregnant. Didn't think I could ever get pregnant again. So I get pregnant with these twins. Thank God for them twins.
Twin.
And I had the twins, and I remember even then, he was um, calling, checking on the babies. My babies was sick. It was in the ICU.
Come on. I'm with
Um, And I remember one call because he would keep calling. Sometimes I could get the call, I couldn't. He was like, "Shaunese, just hold on. I'll be home soon." He just hold on because I'm like, "Daddy, I don't know." because I didn't think my baby was gonna make it. I had another baby at home. He's in jail. He's sick, so they trying to give him surgery while he's in jail. And so he'll call me, and I'll be in the ICU with my baby. And
Mhm.
he'll be like, "Shaunese, just hold on, just hold on. I'm coming. I'll be home." And I held on, and my baby, they finna be four, so they're fine. That's a whole nother
Yeah.
testimony right there with them. And so he came home in June. He went out a whole year. He died in March of 2019,
Mm.
and I lost it again. I'm like, okay, um, okay, um, I got that phone call and had to go see him. And but the best thing about that is I saw him that day before. I saw him Friday. He died Saturday, and it was just crazy because there was so much going on, and people was trying to like cause a rift between us when he got home. It was just so much going on, but I went to see him. I mean, we were still in contact or whatever, but I went to see him and we talked and we laughed and I went to get him something to eat.
Mhm.
And before I could get up there Saturday, we had something to do Saturday, me and my mama. And before I could make it up there to see him, I had got the phone call.
Mm.
Um, and so, yeah. And so that was March. And so the months are going by. And so November that year, he like I wanted to do something for my daddy because I just remember him giving. He always gave back, and anything that I did in the community, he would be with me.
Yeah.
He supported everything I did, and I'd be like, "Okay, Dad, I'm having a fish fry." He'll get his little apron and come fry some fish. I'm like, "Dad, we're gonna do a cookout in Dodge City for the kids." He'll get the stuff. He'll be out there grilling. And whatever we did, he was supporting. And so I'm like, I just feel like my daddy was too good of a person, too good of a man to
Yeah.
just be not remembered. Like, this is his big P. This is my daddy. Like, I can't just let him just be forgotten. And so, um, shout out to Otis Carter and the 200 million stand because I remember texting Otis. I didn't know Otis.
Come on, talk, man.
I didn't know him like that. We had met at a meeting in Dodge City, and I'm like, who is these people that's over here in my hood doing this stuff? I don't know these people.
Man.
So we had exchanged numbers, but I forgot. I still didn't know who he was, and I was like, I said if I do a toy drive, because that's what my daddy loved Christmas, and he would always, like I said, load up his truck, give them kids toys on Christmas, and it was just one of the things, he did. The life that he lived, he knew a lot of them kids wasn't getting nothing for Christmas because he knew what he was doing over there with the
Yeah.
parents and all that. So he still had a heart, had a good heart. I text Otis, and I think this is the first time if Otis is watching. This is the first time Otis has ever texted me back instantly. I can't get him to answer the phone now. Uh, I I text. I said, "Hey, this is." I tell him, I'm trying to do a. How do y'all feel about doing a tour drive for the kids in Cumberland View?
Yeah.
He texted me. He was like, "Hell yeah, we want to do it. Let's blah blah blah." I'm like, "Okay." I called Felicia. I'm like, "Felicia, this is what I want to do, but I ain't never done it before. I'm nervous that we might have to wait till next year because it's November already.
Yeah.
We might have to wait, but at least we can get a ball going." Man, when I met with Otis and Chris, we had a meeting. We set up a meeting, and I was nervous because I'm like, I want to do this in honor of my daddy, but they don't know him. So are they gonna make me take his name off? Or how they gonna do this? Because why do y'all want to honor somebody y'all don't know?
Yeah.
Everybody don't do that. They was like, "Oh, we gonna. This is what we." They told me what they was gonna do. We're gonna we got these different locations for the tour drive. We're gonna do this really, really big for your pops. We got you. We got him. This and that. My first time meeting these people, and like you said, this was our third one this past December of just loving and giving back um, to those kids over there. And I wanted to do something to honor him, and that's what I did.
and it was amazing. Uh, just to hear you talk about those brothers, man. Let me tell you something. Y'all, you got me emotional because uh, I grew up from the streets, man, and grew up not being able to trust other men. I come over there and I helped you. I met Robert, met Otis, and what's the other guy named Mike? You say Mike?
Chris.
Chris. Brother, let me tell y'all something, man. I'm a hard individual to get along with. I pulled up, met Shaunese, and I met them brothers. Those are the most genuine brothers I've ever met. And when I talked to Otis and found out he was from Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
we clicked off top. And I don't know if them brothers listening, man, but I want y'all to know, man, y'all touch my heart.
Yeah.
I'm an individual. I don't cling to men like that, man. I don't cling to guys.
Yeah.
Man, them brothers were respectable men.
Yeah.
Talk to me, man. Embrace me. They ain't know me. They ain't have to deal with me, brother. You have to understand. I'm coming in. Me, Shaunese, these guys looking at me like, who that nigga is?
So I'm like, oh, I need you to meet somebody. He was
Hey,
like, okay, I'm coming. You, I'm like, okay,
I'm gonna tell. I'm right here tonight, man. I'm gonna say, man, Otis, Chris, Robert Savage, man, y'all my bros, man. Um,
yeah,
I'm looking forward, man, doing some stuff, man. But them guys right there, man, I'm gonna rock with them a long way because I've always wanted to be around men like that,
yeah, they're
bro.
all,
You see what I'm saying? Like them, I mean, it's hard to explain it because when you step in around them brothers, man, a real nigga gonna understand it because it's really about giving back. It's really
yeah,
about me and things.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And man, you don't find men like that. You find a lot of men talking just talking.
yeah,
Man, these brothers really serious. They may not be organized. Cause most men not. But when you call them brothers, man, those are real men. And when you go to them and talk to them, you better go to them on a manly level, not no BS level.
yeah.
Yeah.
And since I've been doing the stuff that I do, I really haven't met nobody like them.
Oh man, I'm joking. Yeah.
And I rock with it. And like I say, that's my squad. Like all of them. You have to meet the rest of them, Donovan and everybody that's in the squad. I call them my squad because if I call them, if I need them, Coach Walker, all of them, I need they gonna come. And since I met them, the way they support, just supporting that tour drive, knowing it's in honor of my dad, and the way they support it means the world to me. That's why anytime they do something, I'm like, I support them 10 toes down.
Yeah.
You better not say nothing about them, not to me, because we're gonna have a
I've
problem.
been out here now.
And I play like them my boys. So yeah, they're awesome. And just like I said tonight, as long as I've been working with people, I haven't met nobody like them.
Yeah. They
So
genuine.
I'm very blessed. I haven't met nobody like you either.
Yeah.
It's something about y'all you and all the Mississippi people.
The people.
Y'all look thrown off. And,
Oh yeah, we crazy now.
but y'all, I can rock with y'all a little bit, just a little bit.
Did you just slick take a jab at me and Otis? You said y'all just throw it out. Otis, she taking a jab at us, bro. We ain't gonna hey. She done took a stab at us, man.
I love y'all to death, but I be like, oh, okay, but yeah,
Because my wife tell me all the time, she said, baby, people not gonna think like you. And I always tell her, baby, yes, they will. The right people gonna think like me, because it's all about respect. Yeah.
yeah,
Man, let me tell y'all something. I promise y'all, I'm not jock riding or nothing. When I met Otis, Chris, and Robert, bro, it was like I've been knowing them brothers all my life. And when me and Otis said we from Mississippi, that's a whole different connection right there. Locked in. I sent them my Facebook request. They accepted it. I know for a fact I can call on them brothers, man. They down with me. They can call on me. I'm down with them. And they are men that believes in giving back to the community. They gonna talk that talk. They gonna walk that walk.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They about that, man. Them some good, solid brothers, man. It ain't about what you got, what you don't have. If you want to really make an impact in the community, man, y'all team up with 200 man stand, man. Them some real solid brothers. Don't come with no BS. Come with your open heart. And man, them brothers love on you, man. And they'll figure out a way to make it happen, man. So man, shout out to them brothers, man. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. I cannot thank them enough. But yeah, we finna move again.
Okay.
I had the opportunity. People don't know. I've been dealing with something for the past couple of months. And it was hurtful. I didn't understand it. And it was like the walls caving in on you, because once you open your heart up to people that you think love you, and when things transpire in your life, or you make a mistake, or you do something and people turn their backs on you, it's hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the opportunity to meet a young lady. She invited me to Friendship, and went to Friendship Church under the leadership of Pastor Stevenson. And I went in, and it's crazy because people don't laugh at this right here. When I came in, I met a young lady named Miss Linda. You know, I was dressed nice. She said, "Oh, hey, baby, how you doing?" I said, "I'm doing fine." She said, "Baby, you a minister?" And I got scared. Yeah, I'm a minister in my own way, but I got scared. I said, "No, man." I said, "I'm just here to visit." She said, "Well, baby, you look like a minister. You need to be sitting up at the front." And at that time, you know, Pastor Stevens and them, they was going in. They was in their white robes. You know, he was looking back. Pastor Stevens looking back like, "Hey, who the nigga here?" You know what I'm saying? And she stayed there with me. She stayed there with me. And they went in. I sat down in church. And man, and I was looking around, and I saw folks like me. Real, authentic folk. See what I'm saying? I ain't talking about none of that politics stuff. I'm talking about real, authentic folk. I was sitting by one brother, man. He had just smoked a blunt. He smoked it like weed.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that man right there, even though he was smelling like weed, I never forget it. He respected me to the point, because I was dressed like a minister. He was in jeans and t-shirt smelling like marijuana. And he said, "Hey, bro," he said, "Man, you mind if my friend come in and sit by us?" He said, "Cause man, he been out there in that street light, bro, selling dope. And man, I want him to come to church on Sunday." I said, "Bro, yeah, bring him in." And he come in, man, and I made friends with him that Sunday. Because he was smelling like weed. He tried to convince his other friend to come in. They looked at me because I was dressed like a minister. They're like, "Oh man," they respected me, not knowing I was broken. I was broken. I was broken bad.
Mm-hmm.
And here, Pastor Stevenson, man, come on, and that Sunday he talked about, you know, the call, and how when God is working on you and the things you're gonna be up against, he never shied away from people. And I never forget it. Amanda Crawley was there. She invited me, Miss Linda, and as we was leaving, talking to Amanda Crawley, and you came up and tapped me on my shoulder. Said, "What you doing in my church?" I didn't even know you went to. I didn't even know you went to that church.
Mhm.
Uh, and from that moment on, uh, I I felt love, man, for who I was, what man I am, because everybody got a past, and man, we it's levels to this.
Mhm.
And Pastor Stevenson don't try to manipulate you. He let you go through it, and he'll walk with you, and he walks with you because he understands what you're going through. So that touched my heart, man, and I will forever be grateful for them to open the door and embrace me, because it's going to always be hell in every church. It's hell everywhere.
Mhm.
But the leadership uh, is phenomenal. And I got a call. Uh, what was I think called you the other day and said Pastor Stevenson want to talk to you. And I said, okay, cool. Called him up. I sent him a Facebook because he accepted it. And I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm the type of person, I need authentic, real pastors around me.
Mhm.
I don't need nobody caught up into the politics of it. I'm a type of guy. I need that realness. Because once I got in my mind what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? So, man, I can't talk enough about it. I'm looking forward to it. Um, his leadership, his guidance, um, and he understands what I'm dealing with now because he's dealt with something similar.
Mhm.
And what gets you when you can fall on somebody who's been through something similar. But sometimes things just don't work out. But that don't mean you stop. That don't mean that God stopped loving you. You readjust, talk to God, and let God lead the way. But a lot of times, man come in and try to manipulate you. I'm not looking for a manipulating pastor. I'm looking for a loving pastor. Somebody can be real and say, "Hell, man, I went through that shit too."
Mhm.
But I was a broken man at that time, and they helped me. They have helped me. You helped me. 200 man stand helped me because I was going through some stuff. People didn't even know. I was just a smiling. And I'm broken.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the grace of God, man, I wouldn't have made it through. Because that was a time of my life where I didn't even know where I was going to live. I was homeless. Got hit with a ton of bricks. And people come to me and talk to me about the decisions I made and how I responded and how I reacted. But if it wasn't for God, I would have been homeless. God put people in my life at that time to bless me. I had a young lady. Um, that's why I said it's testimony, y'all. This man talk. I had a young lady I met at a hookah bar. Came on Man Talk Ministries that people accused me of sleeping with, knowing that I was a married man. And that young lady helped me. See what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There was a young lady that had a list of folk, met me, how I carried myself. She blessed me. And she made a way for me. She come out to my event. I blessed her with 6 bicycles to give to her family. Not on that, I met you. You came out there. You didn't know me. You hit me up through Facebook Messenger. You didn't know me. You said, "What do you need?" I said, "Shit, volunteers." You pulled up and you seen me jumping around, just everywhere. You just sitting up there. I was been pulled left and right, stressed, going through something in my life,
Mhm.
and you stayed there. Yeah, I never forget it. You looked at me. You had the more purple eyes. I said, "Look at you with the purple hair with the purple eyes." And you said, "I got an event coming up. Come up there." And I was broken. We talked a little bit. You didn't know
Mhm.
what was going on with me, but we talked a little bit. everything looked good on the outside. I was tore up. To the point I had a meeting with some leaders, and they got in my butt. They had some good points. Did God tell you to do it? No, God ain't told me nothing, man. I'm just acting a fool. God ain't told me nothing. It's just me acting a fool.
Mm-hmm.
And out of all three of them brothers, man, two of them brothers kept it real with me. And they ain't never let me go. They let me go through it because they understand it. They ain't try to manipulate me. They ain't try to do none of that. But I want everybody to know, man, when I do man talk, man, I keep telling y'all this, bro. When I do man talk, man, I ain't hiding, faking, or front nothing. It's real over here, bro. I go through things, bro. Yeah. Go down my Facebook page. I'm the most positive guy that you can ever meet. I'm always posting something positive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Packers fan. I love steak and I love LeBron James. I'm a family man. But bro, I have flaws, bro. I have flaws. And for the people out there trying to imitate what man talk doing, bro, nah. This ain't nothing to play with, bro. It's authentic. We gonna cry. We gonna be honest. We ain't hiding nothing. See, I don't hide nothing with me. See what I'm saying? If me and my wife going through something, I'm gonna tell y'all about it. If me and my kids going through something, I'm gonna tell y'all about it. If I cuss and raise hell, I'm gonna tell y'all about it. Because right now in 2022, there's gang members, young boys out there, ain't looking for no fake ass pastor. They looking for somebody to be authentic and be real. And we got these pastors sitting around talking about how we gonna reach the youth. You reach the youth by being real.
Man.
Tell them young boys on how your wife put you out. Tell them young boys about the dope you sold. Tell them young boys on how you used to beat your wife and you used to be out there gang banging. Tell them young boys on how you had 3, 4, 5 kids out there and was young and didn't want to take care of them. And now because you done been found God and you a pastor, you want to look down on everybody else. See, this is what Man Talk Ministry about. Y'all done got me in the mood. When you make a mistakes and folks turn against you, that's when you lean on God and that's when you help folks. You see what I'm saying? When I started Man Talk Ministry, I was a broken man. I got a slew of kids out there. Grew up in the projects, selling dope, shooting, killing, acting a plum fool. No mama, no daddy. But at some point, you got to stop saying I ain't had no mama and daddy. What are you going to do for the communities?
Mm-hmm.
And these pastors out here getting suits, getting a yellow bone wife, getting Cadillacs, and ain't touching the youth. That's why I commend Pastor Campbell, Pastor Stevens. They are real. They from the streets. They are authentic. They ain't coming to you with no BS. You don't have to hold your tongue to minister. You don't have to have a perfect life to minister. Bro, you can be selling dope and minister to the dope head. You out there selling dope and you want to save lives. Talk to them young dope dealers and tell them about how much time you get. And when your wife or your woman leave and mess with your best friend and you miss out on your kids' life, that's ministry. There's time out for all this going to all these theological schools. We ain't got time for that no more. God had put COVID in place to set us down, to start Zoom, to make this say, hey, there's a platform for people to start connecting with other folks. You see what I'm saying? The folks Bishop Walker and Bishop Campbell and Pastor Stevens can't reach, Larry Pruitt gonna reach. Shaunese gonna reach. 200 Man Stand gonna reach. Lady T's Brigade gonna reach. See what I'm saying? We need to stop playing with ourselves. They had a guy here on I-65. They shot him over 30-something times. We should have had folks out there saying, hey, put the guns down. Let's talk to this brother. That's why I started Man Talk Ministries. There's folks attack me, telling me, oh, man, you need to take a sabbatical. I ain't taking a sabbatical nothing. God ain't told me that. I ain't going to listen to you, bro. Yeah, I'm finna go now. This is my platform that God gave me, and this is my peace. This is how I heal. Call me, talk, bro. I'm real. Ain't nothing fake about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a whole minister out here, and the folks that know me, that really know me from my hometown, they'll tell me, man, LP didn't change, bro. He talk different. I used to be the same dude out there walking around with guns every day, shooting up folks. Shootouts every weekend. The Amen Police Department said, who gonna catch Larry Prue? They banned me from home, y'all. Banned me and said, we don't even want him here. We don't even want him. Send him home. My uncle was an investigator dating my auntie. And he called me and said, son, you need to leave. Don't come back here no more. But folks feel like that because you admit you don't have flaws. You're not broken. You don't have problems in your house. You perfect. Bro, ain't nothing perfect about me, bro. Shaunese know me. Shaunese, I cut up one. Yeah. I cut up. Right. But let me tell you what touched my heart, man. When I gave my life over to Christ, man, and I started serving and working for the Lord, bro, I used to have a booster squad, bro. A booster squad. Boosters go out there and steal stuff for me. I had boosters in my inbox saying, Larry, what we need to do for you to help your ministry. That let me know right there it's real. Man, I got boosters that said, Larry, help me read this scripture. I didn't even know how to read the Bible, Shaunese, until I got with my mentor, Tori Scott. I said, Tori, I don't know how to break down the Bible, man. I don't know how to study no Bible. He said, I got you, bro. He loved me. He didn't judge me. Mm-hmm. Every Monday before I came on Man Talk, he devoted his time to me. And when God removed him, I was prepared. I don't have to ask Tori how to study no Bible no more. I can get it myself. But folks try to take stuff from you when God has blessed you and gave you something. In 2022, man, whatever God told you, you do what God told you to do. Don't let no pastors, no ministers, mamas, daddies, baby mamas, no senators, no politicians stop what God is telling you to do. Because we all have a calling. I never forget. I had a husband and wife come up to me. It was like a blackout party. I had a husband and wife that know who they are. They come to me and say, Larry, you a minister. You out here minister your own people. Everybody not gonna look like pastor. And I took that home with me. They say, quit saying that you ain't a pastor. I took it home and I had to process it. They said, you're gonna minister to the people you're minister to. Everybody had a certain group of people they minister to. And for the people who's been rocking with me on Man Talk Ministries, I thank God for you and I love you. Because this is a platform where people can be real and talk about the things they went. We are building a community. Shout out to my homegirl, Melissa Murphy, out there in North Carolina, originally from New Jersey. I am building a community of people that we are getting on social media and we're making God popping. There's people trying to imitate this. You can't imitate what God done done. Right? It takes consistency and you got to have it. If you ain't got it, you just wasting time. I can talk to anybody, the killers, the rapists, the preachers, I can talk to anybody. Because I've done it all, bro. This ain't nothing you need to imitate. This is my calling, bro. This is my calling. This is what I'm called to do. I talk to people all across the United States. I'm a likable person. And I have a time where I can relate to people is because I've been through so much. I've been out on my own since I was 14 years old in the streets. I done sold dope, smoked dope, killed, stole, acted a plum fool. I've been married 3 times. I got a slew of kids out there. These men get in their feeling when they got 8 kids out there. Bro, you can still make it. Don't worry about what baby mama's saying, bro. Get your job. You have to get your second job and do what you can do to provide for your kids. Because kids looking for time. They ain't looking for money. Mama looking for money. Kids not. They looking for time. Kids gonna remember the time you spent with them, not the money. I'm blessed. I'll be dead and in jail. I got 2 kids in college. Got 2 young girls on the way to college. I got a young son, 2 years old, and I've lost a child in 2021. Everybody thought my life was good in 2020 when they seen that I was happy and getting married. But 2021, me and my wife were still happy, but we lost our child. Do you not understand the strain that put on a relationship? And the things that go through her mind and my mind, we grieve different. I love my wife to death. It be sometime when my wife hate my guts and I hate her guts. Don't mean I don't love her. Maybe time where she want to leave for a while. I'm a happy married man. See what I'm saying? That's why I do man talk. I don't hide nothing. This is my healing. So that's why I can rant for about 30 minutes. Tell y'all, because sometimes I get happy and God speaks through me. I don't know Shaunese like that. Shaunese saw a brother and Shaunese tell you that nigga always been authentic with me. Hell, if I can't do nothing, hell, I just can't do it. Ain't no fake and shake with me, homie. Y'all getting y'all butt on here trying to do ministry on social media, but y'all not authentic with it. Y'all hiding behind it. No, we ain't hiding nothing over here. Because I want them people that's real and authentic and street folk. Shaunese said she usually drank irk and jerk. Some of y'all pastors don't even know what the hell irk and jerk is. And trying to preach to folk. The hood ain't looking for that. The hood looking for authentic folk. Am I lying, Shaunese?
No, you're not lying.
And boy, when I gain the knowledge of that scripture, boy, they in trouble. In trouble. Because I want that brother that's sagging his pants. I want that sister that want to cut all her baby daddy ties up. You know how we used to do. Then when we get married, they don't cut one of your ties, they cut all 4. Bust your windows out. You wanna know why she doing that, bro? Because you playing with her heart and you didn't hurt her. You know why you playing with her heart and hurt her? Because your daddy didn't teach you how to love a woman.
Right.
You playing with that woman, bro. You done put that baby in her. Now you don't want to take care of your responsibility. Now that woman is mad. She ain't crazy. She hurt, bro. She hurt. So when she cut your ties up, you go down there and tell the police she acting a fool. No, bro, you playing with her heart. She ain't crazy. Quit playing. These baby mamas getting on Facebook every Father's Day. I'm sick of y'all. Oh, happy Father's Day to me. I'm mama and dad. No, you not. You just mama. You just mama. Let that father be a father. Because he was father when you were sleeping with him. But because he don't want you no more, he a deadbeat. No, let that son go with his father. We got to stop this cycle. We got to teach our kids about the laws. Teach them about the policies that these politicians is putting in place that affect us. I'm gonna say something. Y'all ain't gonna like me for it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Shaunese, I'm gonna let you talk after this. I'm gonna be done. Be done. Why is it black folks always talking about we didn't vote it? You don't see white folks doing that. Every year, black folk, I voted. We don't see not now white person saying that. Keep y'all damn vote to yourselves. Yeah, I'm cussing. The minister cussing. Y'all talk about that too. Keep y'all votes to yourself. If you ain't down at the town hall, down there trying to vote on laws and regulations, the president vote don't matter. We talking about mayors, governors, aldermen, judges. Those the votes that matters. We want to talk about change. Quit going down there marching for Black Lives Matter and sit up there and vote for Black Lives Matter. The same black folks that won't sit up here when we didn't kill 5 or 6 of our black folks won't come out. But when a white man kill you, y'all come out. Stop it. Let's stop supporting that. They are getting money. They are living wealthy off of our people dying, and they ain't giving us a dime. Let's change the laws, folks. You know, they got me on one, Shaunese. They got you. You didn't call me. You didn't call me off one. I'm telling you that. I don't want to hear nothing about no slavery. I don't know about y'all born in 1980. I wasn't no slave. I ain't get whooped. I don't know what that feel like. But that because mom and dad talked about it, grandma and them talked about it, great grandma talked about it. Now we in 2022 talking about, man, I ain't never been no slave. See what I'm saying? Y'all do y'all research, man. Stop believing what these folks teaching us in school. I love Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was a great man. But Martin Luther King had a lot of women out there too. Do the research. That woman that stabbed him, that was his mistress. He messing around with her. And Shaunese, you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Shaunese? Yeah. Y'all stop playing with me. Come on, man. Come on. Shaunese, I thank God for you. I love you. You're a sister to me. I thank God that you introduced me to some other men. I can go on and on. Because y'all done got me on my soapbox. But man talk management is real. It's all things over here. I don't care what folks think about me, what they say about me. At the end of the day, I want to touch the folks who are real. I ain't out there trying to touch no folks out here pretending and faking.
Right.
If you've been molested out there, man, talk about it. If you used to act a fool out there, man, talk about it. If you used to sell dope out there, man, talk about it. If you used to beat your wife out there, talk about it. Start taking off your mask and talk about things because we can help folks. Because there's folks out there, man, that's struggling with some things. People talk about people being addicted to drugs, but don't talk about the men that are addicted to sex and addicted to women.
Mm-hmm.
Once upon a time, man, I used to be addicted to women. Women was my drug. I didn't know how to love no woman. A woman was my drug. Black, white, big, it don't matter. Small. I was addicted. And it was till I met my wife. Quiet. Non-confrontational. Loving. And she ran this old nigga like me. I'm a handful. So when people talk about their mom and their dad, bruh, I got it. I had mom and daddy both on crack. But at some point, we got to start talking about what mom and daddy done and what we going to do now. We already know what mom and daddy done. Mm-hmm. If we want to be better than mom and daddy, we got to stop the cycle. But I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up, man. Y'all got me on one. Man, talk, y'all. Sorry, Shaunese. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it bothers me. It bothers me. Because there's folk out there trying to imitate something and not authentic with it.
And you just have to let them
Whew.
try to, often, what is it? Often imitated but never duplicated.
Come on. Yeah.
No, that's just, I mean, that we trendsetters. So of course, if you're the one setting the trend, people's gonna try to follow it and copy it. That's the way it goes. So when somebody is if you feel like whenever you feel like somebody is like copycatting, take it as a
Come on.
what, what as a compliment.
A hating compliment.
Yeah, take it as a compliment. Like, be flattered. I'm always flattered when somebody's trying to do something, because that means you take notes. Somebody's taking notes and trying to learn.
I'm gonna give y'all free game. If you're trying to imitate what Man Talk Ministry doing, be authentic with it. Talk about what you used to do.
Well, they're not gonna do that. That's what's gonna always keep you.
Trying to be so educational all the time. People ain't looking for educational. Do you not know how much money you can make when you go get a trade?
That's what's gonna always separate you from the imitators, because you're authentic, you're you, and they're them.
Yeah.
That's just the way I look at it. I mean, can't nobody be me. You can try all day long, but you could never be.
Well, I don't want to be drinking urgent jerk.
Huh? Well, I don't know. That was like my first drink. So I mean, gin and juice. That we used to make the Incredible Hulk back in the day.
Hypnotic with the Hennessy.
Man, you don't know about that. Yes,
and it turned green. You call it Incredible Hulk.
Yes, I mean, all of that. But I don't do all that. I just have my little wine here and there.
Don't drink that Shaunese.
I'm good. I tell people all the time, before you sit up and judge me, just be glad that I'm not nowhere passed out. Don't know where I'm at.
But that's what's up. Well, man, look here. We've been on here. I didn't ran and raved it.
Yeah.
You didn't turned up. We didn't cry. Lord knows I've been crying with you.
Well, I have an announcement.
Yeah. Come on. Wait. First announcement. April the 9th, y'all, is going down at the Morgan Recreational Center. Man Talk Ministry. Easter egg hunt basket giveaway. Miss Shaunese will be in the building. This is my sister, y'all. I love this girl here. We gonna be in the building. Come on with your announcement, baby. Come on.
Okay, so guess what? So after all these many years of me working in the community, I never got my paperwork done. I never did none of that because I just been doing the work. Got a text last week to check my email. Check my email. I am officially registered as a nonprofit in the state of Tennessee.
She nonprofit, y'all. Come on, nonprofit.
My charter is done, and I didn't even do it. Like, my girl just did all the paperwork and all that, and texted me and told me to check my email. She did all my bylaws, charter, all that paperwork, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And then I got another announcement.
Come on.
I got a call Saturday from it said I have been approved. Mind you, I don't have no 501. I've been approved for a grant. So
going down in 2022, y'all.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get my first grant, and it's gonna just allow me to just do what we do stress-free on a big scale.
If you are black, I'm talking about us black folk, and you are out there with a non-profit organization, man, help other black folks get in the game.
Yes.
Because Shaunese can tell you, man, when I was talked about being non-profit, someone talked to me and said, "Why do you want to do that?" Because that's the right thing to do, man. I'm non-profit, bro. What you doing? What you talking about? And Shaunese didn't know. Call Shaunese up. Then we gotta do X, Y, and Z. Right, Shaunese? When I gave her that, she took what I gave her and took it to the next level. Let's help each other. If you want to be a non-profit organization, there's assistance out there for you. There's grants out there for you to get started. Don't be afraid to get out there. It's hard work, it's dedication, but you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to get back to the communities, you want to make a major impact, let's go for it. Call me, call Shaunese. We'll help you. We'll give you the resources that we have. But in 2022, man, let's be legit. Let's have our paperwork and stuff together.
Yeah, because I wasn't thinking about it. I mean, I knew I needed it, but I'm like, whatever, whatever. But that's how it went. And I'm gonna want to say this real quick too. Be careful how you treat people, because
Woo!
the person who told me about the grant, I used to work at this homeless shelter, this family shelter, with families that was going through homeless transition or whatever. Never in a million years would I had this guy. Because for one, you don't judge people just because of where they are, what their situation is.
Yeah.
One of the guys who lived in the shelter ended up being one of the guys on this committee for this grant. Because of the relationship we built of me working in this shelter, not mistreating folks, not judging folks, just treating them like they were. I'm just here to do a job. I'm not the police to treat y'all like y'all kids or in jail. I'm just here because of how I was just being me, not doing, how people try to do their job to the utmost and
Yeah.
just treat people. Never thought this, but he called me and he kept telling me, apply for this grant. I said, well, I'm not a nonprofit. He said, it doesn't matter. There's some money out here for people who's just doing the work. I know you do the work. I see what you do. I know what you do. I've seen you. The stuff you've done for me. When I see you in the community, I see what you're doing. I'm on the committee. I can make sure that we can try to get you some votes for this. Like, I forgot all about it. It was last year.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, they didn't come. I must didn't get it. And because of my relationship with just me being who I am and treating people right, just because at this moment he was going through something, instead I could have been treating him like everybody else was treating him.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have saw my name and been like, we ain't giving her nothing, like,
yeah.
Because you have to vote. Everybody had to vote. And he had everybody kind of like vote on my behalf. He said, and then guess what? He said, we're not going to give you the minimum because everybody had this minimum. He said, it took so long, but I was fighting to get you some more money.
Come on.
You got a little bit extra.
Extra.
I'm going to tell y'all how much it is because everybody going to be like, but it's enough for Easter egg hunts. It's enough for back to school. It's enough for the coat drives. It's enough to do what we already do without having to. Because everybody know I do everything on my own.
Yeah.
I don't work. I just do everything on the grace of God. He just makes everything happen. Sometimes I don't know how. That's why when you connect with good people, the Pastor Stevensons, the Bishop Campbell, Pastor Orr, 200 man saying people who that's gonna back me up and make some stuff happen. Hey, I can just go to the bank.
Come on.
And get the money and go buy how many backpacks I want.
There you go. Right now, man, we know what we get right now, man. Talk Ministry, man. When you do your backpack giveaway, we got 100 backpacks right now with supplies already in them. It's going down April 9th. The Easter egg.
It's going down. Let me tell you, I got 3 things going on this month.
Come on, talk.
Well, February the 5th, we get Cedar Hill Park.
Yeah.
Suicide awareness.
Okay.
The 12th will be at Bearshot Center, dealing with domestic violence and love. On the 26th is very important for everybody. It is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. Talking about relationships, trying to help these girls and boys not get in these toxic situations and relationships. That's going down at Mount Carmel, Bishop Campbell's church on the 26th.
Come on, Mount Carmel. Shout out to Bishop Campbell.
Everybody I used to do it for teens, for teen girls, but everybody needs to be, because we just need to talk about this stuff. We need to, I'm tired of these girls getting beat up, these girls getting killed because of a guy can't handle all of this. We're going to talk about some good stuff on the 26th, so y'all need to be there. So the March, we'll be coming back. I'll be coming back out doing some outreach and community outreach, and y'all just watch my page because the money now is going up. I'm gonna show y'all how to do it.
Hey y'all, she said 2022 is going down. She got the grant funding in the building. The government's been good to Shaunese, and she about to spread it out to the community. It's going down in 2022. Hey, this is my girl, y'all. Leave Shaunese alone. This my sister. We about to do some major things.
I'm excited.
Shaunese, like I always tell people, I thank God for you. We love you. I already know what the slogan is. We here. I'm gonna get you the prayers out. We've been going about an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Prayers out. And it's one thing about Man Talk Me. When you come on here, I don't care who you are and how you pray. Gonna pray us out of here. We all are ministering in our own way, and the church is in us. So come on, Miss Shaunese, and prayers on out of here, baby. Let's get it.
All right, let us pray. God, thank you for this day.
Yeah.
God, thank you for allowing us to get together on this platform. God, I just hope that whatever we said and did was acceptable to you.
Come on.
I hope that it helped in some kind of way because I know that my life is to just be. You got me to help people, so hopefully that whatever was shared tonight it helped somebody. So God, we thank you. I just pray for a covering over my household, Larry's household, everybody that's watching tonight, and extra blessings to all those that took time out just to watch. So thank you, God, for all that you have done. God, I just pray. I want a special prayer out for the family of Fernando, who we had his funeral today. 18-year-old got shot and killed accidentally by his brother. I just want to give a shout out to those kids. I watched them grow up. Just keep God, please just comfort the mom and the dad and all the family, all of his friends, all of those young boys that I saw today crying, boohoo crying at this funeral. God, please just touch them, give them comfort, and I just cover them right now in the name of Jesus. All this I ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. And with that being said, man, you put some in my heart. I lost my uncle last week. Want to send a special shout out to the Pruitt family. My uncle William Dangle Pruitt had a heart attack, transition. My family back home in Mississippi. I also want to spend the time to send out my condolences to the Matters family. Kim Matters, from my hometown, in Mississippi, man, she transitioned. So the Matters family, you have the Pruitt's deepest condolences. I send my prayers out to you. Kim will be missed. She was a young, loving angel. I know her dad, know her mom. And it's gonna be a tough time for him. So man, I thank God for everybody. I love you all. And with that being said, until next Monday, I thank God for you. We love you. And you already know the slogan is Shaunese. We here. All right, baby. Hey, I see you, baby.